Because we are beginning to realize a trend where on TikTok, for instance, where some and a lot of young people are, it looks as if for that, you either have to show part of your body, you either will have to, dance in a particular way, you either will have to say, how do I even call it, profane things, you either have to talk about relationship and those things, which is normal. Or insult people, or be seen to be violent. Sometimes I see some people be like, they say budo, saying I fought this, I fought that, and that's what they are showing on TikTok. And I'm like, okay, so what do you seek to achieve? So we have a lot of people who be violent in our communities. So it's like the TikTok and how it's being used in Ghana. Yes, I know some people are also using it for good things, but I'm saying that it appears that some others too are using it to do these things. And unfortunately, our young people are consuming the content. Our conversation this morning is, what do we do about this situation? Is it a problem in the first place? Do we begin to find solutions to it? And what effect could it have on our country? These are the three thematic areas we want to look at as far as this conversation is concerned. Janice, you made a very fantastic point when we began, but I want you to reiterate the point and what you think about it for those who may be joining us now.
Okay, so I was saying that, that we have to discuss this means that we've not really gotten to the point where we appreciate the extent of the problem that we are dealing with. So it's like we know that things are happening on social media that young people should not be exposed to. But we've not gotten to the point where we are saying that it is a problem that young people are seeing this. That thing has not registered in our minds that it is a problem that someone is 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, and can boldly talk about relationship that they have, some relationship that they've experienced on social media, and nothing is done about it. They can dance in a particular way. And another problem that I have, the young ones who are encouraged by older people in videos to say certain things that are not age appropriate. I don't know if you see content like that.
Because they think, they can speak, so they will just be putting, and they will be saying,
exactly.
That's who I've seen that content.
And they will set their children up,
and
they'll put a camera in front of the children, sometimes as young as 4 years.
Yes.
And they are doing these things to them. And I'm like, digital footprints, you can't wipe them off. It is always there. Once you post something about a child, once you allow your underage child to post certain things, it's there forever. It is there forever. And in the long run, I think as you are growing and you are discovering yourself, some of the things you may not be proud of. On the flip
allow
side,
children to be children.
Allow children to be children.
No,
on the flip side,
give them that freedom to do children things.
Yeah.
Without exposing them to social media.
Yeah, but on the flip side too, when you allow children to get exposed to some of these things, they are forced to grow into certain characters because they think this is what is trendy.
This is what the people like.
This is what the people like. And another issue that I have is that whether we like it or not, we are communal in nature. And the impact the older people have on the young people, whether it's direct or indirect, is high. So for instance, if I see someone who has made a living out of insulting on TikTok, and I see that the person is doing well for himself, sometimes the person even gets praised by people who are supposed to be influential in society, sort of. The idea that I am getting is, it is okay to insult. That is why
not just okay, it is rewarding to insult.
It is rewarding to insult. That is why when we are critical about young people insulting adults, what I tend to look at is that it's a reflection of the older people.
Sometimes.
If the older generation had not okayed it, it wouldn't be so common now. Because, and I keep saying this, Alpha, if I'm a child and I don't hear my mom insult,
it's very difficult.
It will be difficult for me to do the same thing.
Unless it is normalized.
Yes, but if I'm in a house where
the least thing people are insulting,
I will pick it up and I will insult. at the time that I went to SHS, there were words that were casually thrown around that I felt like, oh, this is a little bit awkward. You shouldn't be saying this.
But it was normal for some people.
It was normal for some people because wherever they grew up, that was the normal setting.
I mean,
and we don't see this because sometimes the parents think that, oh, she hasn't insulted an adult yet. It is just her peers and they are talking and all of that. But if your child can insult her peer, he or she can insult an adult. It's like that. Maybe they've not passed it out, but they've thought about it. And once you think about it, you can do it. So all I'm saying is, I think the exposure on social media it can be checked and it can be regulated in a way. Other countries have done it, just like you said. That's right now in countries like Australia, people who are 15 years or 16 years and below, they cannot have access to TikTok. And in China, we are hearing that the kind of content that the kids are exposed to is different.
So various countries are finding solutions. The question is, what is Ghana doing?
Exactly.
For our young people. Say our young people who are below the ages of 18. What is the blueprint for them? What ideas should we consider in ensuring that they will not be so much affected or influenced by what is becoming normal on social media these days, which is insult, profanity, and all the things that you can talk about. Yes, there are some people who are using their social media platform for good things, but usually when you compare and contrast, it looks as if we tilt towards more of the terrible things than the positive things. I'm saying that man will always be like that, but make the good things when we have a lot of good content and few bad content. A lot of people will be compelled to now be watching a lot more good content. Do you understand? So the reason why we're having this conversation is that the things you hear and the things you watch, you are not far from becoming.
Exactly.
When you watch something consistently over time, you become that thing. If you're watching a particular content, you every day, social media has a way of predicting what you like. So they will be given to you in different forms. So the more you're watching those content, you realize that in your relationship with people, in the way you conduct yourself, in the way you speak, in the way you do things, you are mimicking this or you are being influenced by those content. So if that is so, what kind of leaders are we going to get in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years? What would they be saying? How would the campaign or political discourse be like? You understand? Because the discourse is a key ingredient of our democracy. If now your young people who are 10, 15 are watching people insult other people's mothers, use other people's private parts to insult them, and they are hailed, praised, celebrated, and the content is going viral, everybody is watching, and they say this man is brave. Oh, I like this man. Charlie, yeah, ask for this guy. Yeah. You understand? In the next 15, 20, that young person who was listening to this content over time, what kind of person will he become? When you give him power, what will he use the power for? Before he gets the power, how will he seek for the power? If he's going to campaign, will he be focusing on policies, personalities? So I'm saying that our democracy is at risk if we allow the things we are allowing today on social media to turn around and affect us. So that's what we are seeing this morning. Anybody that has authority should begin to look at it and say, do we allow young people to consume almost everything? Or should we begin to have control? Should we begin to have measures? I know you are not going to be able to solve all the problems, but at least can we solve a bit of it? Can we be minded to be thinking of solutions for now? can we consider alternatives? Can we begin to look at things that can be done? Instead of saying, oh, I mean, it seems to me there may be policies, but policy is not a policy if it just remains on books.
It has to be implemented.
Until it is implemented for it to change circumstances, to make impact in the way we do things and to make impact in the lives of the people, it is not a policy. It's just an idea sitting on paper. That is if we do have. So I'm saying that it's important that we begin to have that conversation today in predicting the future that we are going to have in Ghana. Because we are beginning to see that these days, to be seen as a tough politician, you need to insult. Or you need to engage in campaigning on TikTok or on social media, for instance. And doing journalism these days is about being able to insult. That's what we've reduced the thing to. And politicians, when it has been done for them, they are happy about it. The only time they realize the problem if it's being used against them. And I'm saying you don't do that. The fact that you belong to NDC doesn't mean if a person is insulting somebody in MPP, you should be happy. Because you should know that there will be another version of that person who will be in the MPP who will insult you.
And already we are seeing that.
Yes, so now we have all the people, all the parties having ambassadors of insults. And I'm saying, why do you do that to yourselves? Because at the end of the day, it affects our democracy. It makes people think that politics as a how do they call it in tree? It's for people who don't have self-honor or something. If you want to be disrespected, that's not.
My worry on the political front is that to even have to be discussing some of these things shows that our political discourse has been compromised in this country. So can't we, if we are saying that we are implementing laws and we are checking some of these things, can't we get to a point where political conversations are intellectually stimulating? Like you hear
listen to a
NDC
politician, you're like,
MPP
wow,
man talking, and it's like, okay.
Hey, what? It used to be like that. Go and ask those of you who followed politics, at least even when we started this 1992 thing. The minority we used to have plus the majority, the debate was quality. Even the chairman's Alban Babin time. Go and watch the kind of engagement in parliament. Nobody had time to insult anybody. It's policy, critical analysis. Charlie. And go and monitor the radio conversation at the time. The likes of Rekubo Bay and the likes of Kweku Bakun, the Kwesi Pratt, and those people who used to feature on radio conversations. It's content. It's about analysis, position. It's about why you think A is. Yes, I know that some of them too were insulting, but I'm saying that these days it's becoming too much. Where, for instance, because of the involvement of social media, it's as if some people, when they are on social media, they are different characters.
Exactly.
Yeah, when they come on traditional media platforms, some of them will behave. Some of them will not even behave on traditional media, even though it's better on traditional than it is. It looks as if for social media is made for people who can just go there and do whatever you want and go.
Because social media is not regulated, right? It's for self.
Yes.
So you do what you want. But on the traditional front, there are policies, there are station guidelines, there are all of these. There's ethics. You have to be looking at all of these. So, like, we have some form of regulations when it comes to traditional media. But the new media is highly personalized. It is what I want. It is what I do that I expose other people to. So that one, there's no regulation.
Yes, and it looks as if we are consuming a lot of these contents. And it is affecting. This morning, our focus is how this is going to affect our young people. So we are saying we can consider what Australia did. If it is possible, why not? We can consider what China is doing. If it is possible, why not? We cannot sit aloof and say whatever somebody consumes on social media is not our business. It should be our business. We should have interest in what our young people are listening to and watching and learning and what they are reading. We should have serious interest, because if you don't have interest, these same people will grow hold leadership positions. And their whole mentality and principle about leadership will be completely different. And that has the tendency of jeopardizing our democracy. So we need to pay much attention to this. It's not time for me to hear from you, my friends, on this conversation. 0541 022318. And this morning, let me I don't want this conversation to be political.
Yes, just focus.
It has nothing really to do with, it's about what we can do in terms of control policies to ensure that our young people are not victims of these terrible content that we are seeing on social media. That is what we are dealing with. And please, let's stick to that so that we will have a very refreshing conversation. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, can you hear me?
Hello, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling me from?
This is Kobe calling from South Central.
Kobe, South Central.
Yes, I really enjoy your program every blessed day.
Thank you.
This is a very nice conversation. Very nice conversations. What can prevent us, for example, the social media? It doesn't help the youth. Some does. It doesn't. Let me say it in this way that it doesn't help the youth because idea among the phone be time. Because this is where we're using the Motorola and the Sony Ericssons where you can't get even access to the phone into the social media. But look at right now, we have the iPhones and those maybe mudru almost open or mudidim kwasi and then me for a phone me saw my phone one of the schools in Ada just because of a missing uniform or be schools ni bia for brantine or model conform one boy so. Can you imagine this? If I'm baby, if I'm baby, so I bebua because ultimately life coverage is actually far place out to me. But if I'm baby, so and you cry because one of stuff would be you call himself stuff or to me, but social TikTok. Emma Ghana for my euro mo sebi euro mo any time. Yeah. Those that
there's that content on TikTok.
Yes, they might know him. Oh, to me, yeah.
You don't mention name. Just.
Mama Rohona mom pay. Then the lady to remove the headdress.
Wow.
And they will show it in public for everybody to see. In the social media, baby, I was very very happy when. Captain Mahama Ewuye, no, so Captain Mahama Ewuye. You see how the social media was jamming because they don't want them to take it to public. I was saying commotion, no yes, I did do on my name, do on Nanya, no ma. To say China say that's why China say they have their own TikTok. Because of their children.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kobe, for joining us this morning. So Kobe thinks that yes, we need to do something because it's getting out of hand, and he has given us some very interesting examples. That there is a pastor on TikTok who asks women to undress so that he will pray for them. Huh. Charlie. if good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Kobe with you.
Oh, if you are more than my and you say you offer. So you are why we need you. I said the comments via course, social media, I'm fan of percent or can't be a big theater in the and yet goes a honor the airlines visa when canning where via and Carol. Was near me. But what would do penny and tell and your man pattern, you can't all do for shame. Now the different be attempt because I did the attempt sometimes I yeah, but no matter what it is, to plan the after Alpha and not the see or make cool. I think my car would be in. Black Peka. plus the nipa net don't tell me say what no. But who say care as a word to inside or right side or wo yaba left no who say clear ba clear no a load more the best I know what say with them many years on top of seconds na car na pesa akura 17 years old.
Oh.
Hey. Yes, reply the phone. Me tell
Oh.
about seconds kura me sana mo. The way was the be farm no. Omu kunipa. Munya motre.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's noisy. 0541 022 318. Let's speak to another caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here to me when I was here.
Charger is mine.
What do you so?
About home with you, but I walk canon, no more canon. About and Colania question, children, obey your parents in the Lord. For this is right. Ubu ma no papa. Ayo man ba yo ma ba ayi mo mo fin ko bia o chen bia yen kolem na sana na eche. And as you are politicians in the eche because as I work out obo ye ro do no ye mamra po e first ye hili no. So say nipa we yes na odi atema na we nipa kete. Aba he as a this kra mo hwe piak we your piak. Sam George ne chairman of the public account committee. Maame obetuma wo papa wo busa wo kwese se die na wo ya fa ayi ho network o musa yo network enye na wo busa wo asem. Look at the way Sam George talk to the woman. Ama no obetuma wo ba wo and this idea way papa na me hu we na say MDC ni bi ana for say minister bi ebetem anim na obusa me sakwa me so me ati the same way na me ya no because minister bi have to do the same over. I did tell them okay, so the last time we catch you call Rwanda for Kagame Niba and a Minister of Information. Cast after them, cast I make a book see the answer, and this subject won't be a bad drop one son about cry. In sense of channel, you can do it. That must be done here. Send it. Yes, or many yes, or opposition, the man, a government in power, the man about. You can't be a Saturday. Government in power now in the permanent about that be the pattern. So, woman will marry you or deep by Umiatem. But
thank you.
So, I brought you the kind because I the end of your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Adaji, for joining us this morning. 0541022318. You can also join the conversation this morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, Alfa.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, this is Kobe. I'm back again.
Kobe, I beg you, let's allow others to join. You've gotten the opportunity, so let's allow others to join so that the conversation will be fair. When after that, then perhaps we'll come to you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, your name?
I'm from Kenya.
Okay, talk to me, sir.
Alfa, any country that focuses on kids for the future of the country or the community in mind. The truth is hard sometimes, but we have to bear it. In this our generation and our dispensation, it's a blessing to have good parents and guardians. Because our parents, most of the parents, the Gen Z parents, or let's say the parents of late, have reduced their standards these days at all in the name of pampering kids and all that. My dad will buy a phone for you and tell you that you can use the phone from this time to this time, and that is only for research. When you are done, you go and put the phone there, if it's there or not, as if there's a CCTV camera on you. Today, we want to pamper every kid. Oh, me bunny there, and you can say a bono, me bunny there, or you say, and we pride ourselves with this. And so the social media is only amplifying what they've been taught from homes. We won't ban anything. Even if we ban it, when they get the opportunity to be on another platform, physically on social media, they will still do it. So we need to really encourage the parents to at least uplift the standards a bit. Because when you listen to the parents talk about how they were treated by their parents, you could see discipline. Most of the parents will tell you, when I was a kid like you, my dad used to straighten me. He used to sort of chastise me out of love. And so the parents are the ones who blame. It all boils down to them. Nobody is going to raise your kids for you. Your kids are a reflection of who you really are and the morals you uphold. And so if you are proud of these kids, then that's fine. Let's not blame it on social media. The world will keep on advancing.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's the thoughts of Kwame. You can also call us this morning on 054 0541 022318. Good morning.
Morning, Alfa.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me from?
Alfa, Pozo offense.
Okay, Pozo me too.
Alfa, by the song here.
Me I don't know where I say.
I got the other Alfa. I'm in Chaco. Alfa. So you can't ibu a and can't it one respect any woman and pay for it 2 minutes today. For now, Alfa, I respect it. Be that so. Can I say, one and maybe an hour for the number may be free. Baby bar. Obi Timmy, sending an abuse or be only even cross only so you Utimi, a buano can have you crown. Who is an infant or deco. I'm an amount of listen, not that Kujano. Not for now, you know, I respect in view. Alpha, if you are small, if we obu here, the Mauni check. The mission, and yet I will not dinner me show. The mission, and Monica, we need to the wall is a wound never be brave. And social media, and now see. If you are to meet media, and your social media, even radio and TV. After what you say, if you want to talk, and then am I a woman? And then and now winning I am crown into 2 minutes 1 year. Baby, who me pose since then, the mistake free, the more fraction, and I remember watching since then. That's getting all. Be a channel, and now a channel more the beer is getting, and I'm not. What's Alpha? And then just say, you know, man, move back here. You get to your money, maybe more papa. But the member made it and one of them made it channel. It's a very thing, say, Obitima accept you, Obitima one approach. Alpha. Yes, it's a man we are a boy and Alpha.
Thank you very much, Pozo, for joining us this morning. Let's speak to this caller too. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me?
So I could in Jankuba.
Me too.
Alpha, Mammy, Intia Chama, I don't know Cocoapia. Yes, I sent my cooker. I was in Chia Chama, who's been Panji as a Chama, the neighbor, as a sense secretary, a lawyer, can see Bosu Cliffy. Now, if I can't make a mechanism, I think the idea, what me did you attempt to see a bear, as I no demand to my baby. Years as this or dinner to Mania. Now, if I see the broody can buy on or the iron by what you say. They said I make a make a some people needing good ideas. Now, me make say, I didn't think this phone be so and then this phone be good to a diatem. What you say about me, I didn't say among country. In Argentina, a chabronia to be fine, or could it be at a judge at a minute and I'll be a news. By Nippon be so DM people for what to be about me. I didn't enter a movie. I'll me end this for what you say. Man, MPP or power in a mammy or TV was a talapia and this new man. And then someone can't punch about me and another than Quakuano. A two color catch the catcher and another so what the bar the bone in Mukuno. What you say will be Cham City TV so the prayer and another of Rumpano Shuku Kumanado my other. Oh, Kevin Taylor.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We'll pick just 2 calls and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Good morning.
Morning, Alpha.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me from?
Rabbi Joseph Christopher Boakwa.
Okay, me too.
Alpha, I don't know sometimes, men to be my feel. Now, all right, sir, or two, sir. But make sure someone sana or two. Enko Bobi. Now, I bam and call food you. Penny for the atom. My, your moshi. Obiaba. Mosumo Yedi, or more than Maraco.
yeah, Juma. Must ye, yeah, wa bem, we be a yamashe. 18 sɛ mo nso aba abɛn mu a yɛyɛ mu bi a ɛne kwan sɛ moyɛ biribi ɔho ade a mahama anaasɛ ndc abɛn yi no memefoa so paa ɔmo nkɔ so nyɛ sɛdeɛ next time ɔmo nso free power na deɛ ɔbɛba no ɔmo nso party members mbɛhwɛ ɔmo ano kasa yi because nyɛ wɔyɛ tia npp foɔ yi a wɔkyekyekye ɔmo sɛ ɔmo didi mpanyinfoɔ bi atam anaasɛ ɔmo kasa tia nkɔɔfoɔ a yɛyɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo kɔ opposition na npp so bɛyɛ a ndc for be careful.
Okay.
Because thank
you very much for joining us this morning. Let's speak to the last caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Obaba meet you.
Me pacho, what to say?
Me adu me hu na say.
The doba dia. The nyamia se so din so asa so. Afa nyami shira o boy dwuma pa. E de bo asante man ne Ghana man. Nyami shira pa. Me pacho na me ka atemdidi ho asem. Afa. Sa o mpesi e bedidi wo papa asem a. O so men di obi papa asem. Hwe abronye asem e ba yi. Hwe dedi amanfo ye. Dodo na. Se Kevin Taylor di asem ya anya ne hwe. We ye say we anya ne hwe. Okay, let me busa say that time no MPP for the anamo be na mutufa ho man to anamo bia man kashi na America ho no muntimi nsuma me enko Kevin Taylor ma somebody me aye nso ba hwe ha ma we nim nyina sie wie nti se we nim sie wie ne se ma anya hwe a ne se NDC fo aba na sa abro nya so ka bibia aye bibia was to anamo so that said we just enim se na tiatia ebi ono abro nya no onim se o to ayampia obi anka ne hwe ne ye sa we chasa what was said next time so we bet na TV so no social media so di ye de no e ka sem bi tie penya e was ye kinu tum se da be ya obi nya bi amwa bi before ma ye hwe ha ma we nim nyina ye wie ma pe so ma anya hwe se no mun ko ma no ntim ne abro ye be ya was ye di ko bia ye ne ko se be ne ma no se course no be ko de bia so a onko.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. I don't know why you people have still decided to make this conversation a very, very political one. But, okay. Good morning.
Hi, Alfa.
Yes. So, where do you talk to me?
You see, Alfa, my child came from school and said, Daddy, somebody said to me, question, what is that? Why are we raising our children this way? If you come to my home, nobody insults. This does not happen because I will not allow that to happen. You see, this is coming because of the movie that some of them watch. Because I was telling a friend of mine that, look, you are killing your children because you are going to buy that movie, come and set it in your room for your children to watch. Don't you know that you are bombing your children? During the campaign, a friend recommended Kevin Taylor for me to watch. I watched once. I decided not to watch it again. And during the campaign, one of our campaign trail, somebody was having Kevin Taylor's picture, hailing him, that I told that guy to drop it. I stopped it. People did not understand. I said, no, we should condone some of this kind. It's nasty. Why are you condoning this insult? This kind of insult. If that guy will call you, he will tell you. I did not allow them to use it again. Today, people are saying, oh, George Broba Caneno, on in a way by. So should we allow to continue? Should we allow this insult to continue on? Is that what you want as a country? I don't actually condone. I don't tolerate. That's why I put that Kevin Taylor. Why should I watch that Kevin Taylor? Today, you see, the social media. When you go to Australia, they have banned the teenager and the 18 from accessing social media. If you go to France, they are implementing it. If you go to Netherlands, so many countries. But what do we see in the adult? This kind of adult, Kevin Taylor is an adult, Aboye is an adult. Look at the insult that they are raining. And you see, the Aboye's case, Jason Kobia, When appointment is sorted, you drive him to a permanent committee.
Mr. Okay. Thank you. Let's hold on with the politicians are here. They will do the political side of. They will look at the political side. So that will be all for our conversation. We can't pick any other caller. We'll end it here, and then we'll move on to our next conversation this morning. It's exactly 9, and our guests have joined us. Joseph Apentin is a member of the NDC's communications team, and Honorable Maxwell Ofosu is former municipal chief executive for Swami Municipal Assembly. We'll speak to them in a jiffy, but we have this interview that we've been trying to have, which we've not really been successful. Now we can speak briefly to our friends on Plus 89.9 FM. So I don't know if Michael Eklu has joined us. Good morning, Michael. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Afro?
I am good. I hope you're good too.
Yeah, I'm very good.
Yes, the game is coming on, and we want to give our listeners the best of content when it comes to the World Cup. It's going to start today. You are at the heart of it. And so our listeners are interested in knowing, what should they expect?
They should expect fun, exciting analysis from myself and my pundits. Like I've been saying since yesterday, people do music breakdowns on their shows. This is a football breakdown. We'll tell you what to do, like especially our investors, where they can invest their money and all of that. So it's a big show, actually. So we are on 3 Music TV. We're going to be live on Plus 89.9 FM as well as Orange FM as well.
Okay, so in connection to that, I'm sure you've been monitoring the various teams, but specifically the African teams. Can you tell us what you think will be their chances as far as this will be their in terms of opportunities for them, and whether or not they will have chance to make progress in this tournament? What's your opinion about that?
Well, thank you very much. Well, the expanded 48-team format gives Africa 9 direct spots in the World Cup, right? Plus 1 playoff spot. So we have 10. We actually have 10 teams in the 2026 World Cup. That's probably a good thing for Africa. And Morocco gave us the footprint or the blueprint in the 2020 where they head straight into the semifinals. And we've had a couple of good runs. African teams will have a couple of good runs in the World Cup. Talking about Ghana, we're way straight to the quarterfinals as well. So I think we can go a step further and make it to the final this time around. If Morocco can do the semi-final, if Ghana can do the quarterfinal, why not? We make it to the final as well. So I'm tipping this time around an African team to make it to the final. Look, we have great teams at the World Cup. Cote d'Ivoire are AFCON 2023 winners. They are a solid team under Ines Faye, so they can also pull up surprises. South Africa back for the first time since 2010. They also can pull surprises at the World Cup. Egypt as well. We know Egypt are the record champions in Africa. They can also pull surprises as well. So we are expecting a good one from the World Cup.
I see. Now let's talk about Ghana. Some people are not too confident though. Some think, Charlie, this World Cup, even the timing of our recruitment of the coach, how we changed Otuado and how we brought in Queiroz, it's not giving a lot of people confidence that we can do well. What's your view on it?
You see, our current form is actually a big concern for us and especially Ghanaians. And I know Ghanaians, their hopes are really down heading to the 2026 World Cup. But I've been saying that, look, we've heard underdog stories. Look, so we can actually go to the World Cup. It can be a different story for the Black Stars. We can actually pull up surprises. And I like the way we are going or heading to the World Cup as underdogs. And it's actually going to help us. And I might say the only hope I have as a Ghanaian now is because we have an experienced coach in the person of Carlos Queiroz. He has experience under his belt, so that gives me a lot of hope heading to the World Cup. Unlike Otuado, where I felt like, look, there's no actually hope. But now we have an experienced coach. When you look at his track record, you know what he's all about. So I think Ghanaians should hope and we should pray for the Black Stars, and let's keep our fingers crossed. Why not? We can have a good run at the World Cup.
Your final message to our listeners in Kumasi regarding this particular program and what they stand to gain in relation to this program that we're about to bring, and what they should expect when it comes to the tournament itself.
Right. As I said earlier, look, expect great analysis from myself and my pundits as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Look, if you want to show where you can watch during this World Cup, it is Game On, the World Cup edition on Free Music TV, plus 89.9 FM and Orange 107.9 FM. I guess I got it right as well. So it's going to be fun, exciting. So you just have to tune in every 1:30 p.m. To 2:30 p.m. So the pre-World Cup, this is what we are going to be doing. Pre-World Cup before the World Cup proper. We're going to be having the show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And when we start the World Cup proper, we're going to be doing Mondays to Fridays, 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Thank you very much, Michael Eklu, for having time to talk with us this morning on this particular issue. We are grateful for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me as well.
And as my colleague, he's a sports journalist on Plus 89.9 FM in Accra. I've just received a message from your friend, Honorable, the producer of Angel Morning Show. Yes, he said that he is currently at a fashion designer shop. He is with a fashion designer in a shop at Kwadaso Estate. And the fashion designer is tuned in to Orange, so he wants me to give him a shout out. His name is Thomas Opoku, a.k.a. Tommy. Okay. Thomas, you are with a very big man. Nimaku is a legend, he's a powerful man. So good morning to you and him as well. And your friend is here, Maxwell Ofosu. Yes, he's here to do the Lord's work. Now let's start the conversation. Good morning to all of you guys. I believe that we are all fine. As for last week and this week, it's been dominated by arresting Kwao, particularly Abronye. Now he's been granted bail. Joe, what's happening is, first of all, some say they have a problem with the way the law is couched, and that we need to take a second look at the law and how it's being used. Number two, in terms of its usage, some say it's a selective application of the law. Some group of people are the ones being arrested, and the other half are not really being prosecuted in that same light. So some believe that the government of the day, by this, is introducing culture of silence, abuse of power, intimidating the opposition. And that's what you guys are doing. In the next 10 minutes, the opposition on this, and specifically on Abronye's matter, the refusal of bail, now the bail, Afenyo Markin's position, a lot of things together. Let me hear you.
Thank you very much. And a very good morning to yourself and your team of producers and to my senior here. And then let me extend regards to my senior brother, Emmanuel Okaminta Esquire, an aspiring national youth organizer, aspirant of the Great NDC, and then to Mr. Pato. Pato is also an Ashanti Regional Organizer aspirant. He's also the Ashanti Regional Coordinator for the National Apprenticeship Program. And then to Mr. Samuel Jeche Supremo, who's also an Ashanti Regional Youth Organizer aspirant. At least, my brother, somewhere last week and then last week, a lot has happened in Ghana. And every day I tell people that no matter the status that you've reached, you have to be a bit circumspect when addressing people. Okay, you've seen many people do get carried away, maybe because of the popularity that they keep getting. So when they sit behind the microphone, at times they assume that they themselves are laws unto themselves. And so they can utter whatever words that they want to utter against people, and then nothing is going to happen to them. Very classical case is Abronye. When I entered, some of your listeners, your callers, some were making arguments of what people did in the past. But you've seen, there is nobody who advised the MPP not to take people on. Because if somebody makes it responsible utterances, the laws must be allowed to deal with the person. So if you fail to enact or to respond, it doesn't mean that nobody too must. And that argument that people make, at times, I find it a bit baffling. So you stole someone's item yesterday. Because the person didn't cause your arrest, it means that when you go and then when you go and then steal someone's item, the person must let you go off. No. There are two different people and then two different situations and then scenarios. People react or will act depending on how they feel they must act. First thing is, you see, Mr. Kwamba for Abronye, he's having a pension for the insults. And I don't believe that if that guy doesn't learn common sense, I believe that common sense in his life will never
that's too.
Oh, no, I said if he doesn't learn common sense.
I get your point. You can make your point without using those.
Okay, I'll track those words.
So that
because I think that continually the insults are becoming too much. Because yesterday I chanced upon a video on Facebook, and then the words that the man uttered against H. Mahama, they were very bad. I will not sit here and ever condone that any other person must insult any leader in the MPP. Mr. Mahmoud Kabori presently is aspiring to be the Ashanti Regional Director of Communications. On Kesman, I think on Kesman TV, he said something very important. Alhaji Bawumia, outside politics, is a grown man. He's a gentleman by all standards. And I don't believe that if he was your relative, you would have been happy hearing somebody insult him. Why must you do the same to like party leaders? It's very bad. I do believe that if you don't have a message that you resort to insults, because there is no politician who will tell me that his major plank of his manifesto was couched on insults. Who want power? No. You can't tell what you can do. And if you disagree with somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to insult. But like there's this, I don't know if they want to be popular or unpopular. I can't really tell. Matters that should be devoid of insults, people will just go on people and be lashing people with highly acerbic tones. This is at times when I hear them, I'm like, so these people, what message do they want to cut across? So like what I said is up to Abronye. Today, the very people who came to support him there, I tell you tomorrow, those people might not avail themselves again. Because today Justin Kodia will come because he wants to be re-elected or retained as the general secretary. Nanabi will come because he wants to be elected as a first vice chairman, national vice chairman. The same thing, Salam Mustafa will come and make that very reckless and responsible statements because he wants to be elected as a national executive officer of your party. But tomorrow, when the elections are done, and then you continually go on that tangent, I tell you, the next time that you make such reckless commentaries, nobody will avail themselves to come and then support you. Just look at the utterances of the minority leader. If you say, Mr. Afejomakin, the portfolio that you hold, you naturally respect is being accorded you. But people will tend to disrespect you based on the utterances that you also pronounce. Because how on earth will a lawyer of good standing, a whole minority leader, you just have a platform and you stand at a forum and the only thing that you do is to denigrate a judge? You can disagree with a judge, fair enough, but criticize the judge based on the law. Because if a judge refuses to grant bail, there are 4 conditions, and I'm paraphrasing them. One, if they think that the person will reappear for the continuation of the case, or you might tamper with evidence. So, just give me give me one example based on law why you think that what the judge did was was an infraction or was illegitimate? None. You didn't express such. You just went on like a personal hatred against the man, and you started like, I don't respect him and I'll never respect him, and it's an NDC judge, NDC court. You see, first of all, you lead a minority, you lead a side in parliament. So if you keep on uttering such words, people bold enough to also insult you in your face. And how do you feel? I don't think it's proper. Because insults have no part in the politics that we do. It's about ideas. Come tell people what you can do. If they buy into it, they vote for you. If not, Charlie, you not be voted for. So this pension of the MPP and their desperation to win power at every cost, thinking that they claim that some elements in NDC did the same, and then they think it won NDC power, so they will also do the same. But they should know that they are two different political entities. Myself sitting here, I will never condone any NDC member insulting any other person. But if you think that an NDC person has insulted you, you can sue the person for defamation. The courts are opened. So if you didn't do, and then somebody is doing today, and then the person is being arrested, there is no law against Mr. Abronya being arrested and then being detained, or the judge not granting Mr. Abronya bail. Why must it end in insults? And coming from such a person who leads a minority caucus in parliament, a minority leader, and then you just stand there. Maybe he got carried away by the atmosphere in wherever that he stood. And then you utter these words. They are very bad. I was like, wow. Because I've seen there is a very old adage who says that there are some utterances that are permitted from the mouth of the linguist, others are permitted from the mouth of the chief. Because you know every word that you have to utter. There are some that you have to negate them to your foot soldiers. Sure. But for a whole minority leader, you have the platform, and then the only thing you can do is to describe a court as an NDC court, a judge as an NDC judge. Okay, we've heard them.
Okay, wrap up for me.
So, mine is very simple. Yesterday, when Abronya was granted bail, you've seen the hypocrisy of the MPP too. The Deputy Attorney General didn't oppose the bill. The judge read out the conditions. When the MPP met them, Abronya is free now. But they made it look like the executive is behind the judiciary, and then they want to detain or criminalize free speech, which is not. I don't think ever since that H. Mahama assumed his second term, any MPP member has been stopped from attending any radio program or has been stopped from conducting any podcast that they do. No. But you have to know that you have to be responsible in your transfers.
Okay.
It's not the fact that you feel like you are bold enough or you have the courage to talk to, so you can just sit behind the microphone and utter words against people. That one,
thank you.
It will not be allowed.
Honorable Maxwell, good morning. And your take on this.
Good morning. And good morning to our listeners. Alfa, I believe whatever is happening now, every Ghanaian, a well-meaning Ghanaian, and Ghanaians, let me say, those with objective minds, not those of us who have taken certain stance. For me, for instance, I'm an MPP person. I mean the neutrals. They are the very people that at this point in time, they would be the best judges in this situation. NPP has taken a dogmatic stance on this issue. And for them, whatever is happening to NPP members is okay. It's normal.
I mean NDC.
They've taken that entrenched stance. And for them, they see nothing wrong with what is happening because for them, they are cool. Between the two of us, should I mistakenly alter a word that will go against the president or any other member of NDC, as against what he will say against any other person in this country? Between the two of us, he is comfortable because no matter what he says, he will go scot-free. But for me, if there's nothing wrong with it, if even it's a civil issue, they wouldn't mind treating it as a second-degree felony. Okay? So they can say whatever they are saying. Alpha, like I was saying, objective minds like CDD, they came out just not long ago, about 2-3 days ago, in condemning what is happening now. People like Franklin Kuju, they are condemning. These individuals are not NPP members. Do you get the angle that I'm coming from? Why would they do that? Why would they criticize the government? Why would such individuals, these civil society organizations, point fingers at the government and tell the government to put a stop to this? But others are saying President Mahama cannot turn a blind eye to what is happening. And he cannot claim that we should allow institutions to work. How do you allow institutions to work when you know that what you are doing has moved from the realm of prosecution to persecution? It is no more prosecution. It is now persecution. Who allows that? Gradually, President Mahama's regime is becoming tyrannical. He is turning himself into, the atmosphere he's becoming a tyranny. This doesn't happen in any democratic environment. Democracy thrives on free speech. And with free speech, yes, it's true, it comes with responsibility. It is not everything that I'm allowed to say here. I can speak my mind. I can say insulting words against Alfa. It's not that I can. If I say insulting words that will denigrate you, your person, the law gives you the right to go to court and seek redress on that. So if I insult the president, his person, his family, his brother, it behoves on the brother, the president, the wife to take the issue up, go to court, and to request or pray on the court to at least, if worst case, award him cost to pacify him in a way. That is what the person can do. But if my comments border on national security, then that one, it doesn't become civil anymore. That one, the security agencies of this country will have to take it up. For instance, if I call that President Mahama by Tuesday, if he's still in office, then the whole people, everybody should laugh at me. I'm going to make sure that we commission a coup and get him out. If the police wait till we finish this program before they arrest me, then they are irresponsible. As soon as possible, they should get into this studio and drag me to the police station. You see, there is a clear distinction, a complete distinction, okay, between a threat to national security and harm to an individual's reputation. We have to draw that distinction. Before I come, I've just read a recent commentary being run by our brothers from NDC. Suggests that we did say nothing of what is happening ever happened during NPP's time. Nothing, whatever is happening now, never happened under NPP's regime. You remember Captain Smart's issue? They claim we arrested Captain Smart. Captain Smart said the president is deeply involved in Galamsey and he has evidence. BNI invited him, and that invite they gave him, they didn't even sleep over. Alpha, I'm talking to you. He was invited to produce his evidence. He couldn't get any evidence, and he was discharged. You've heard them several times referencing a UG student, a University of Ghana student, who held placard during the commission of the at the First Ladies program, where he held a placard which had this inscription, commission UGMC now. The police arrested that student. You know why? Go to TikTok. YouTube. His video is there. Go to any of the major news platforms. The gentleman's interview that he granted with the new media is there. They asked the guy. He didn't even spend more than 2 hours in police cells. He didn't even go to cells. I mean, the police station. He had this backpack, and he was moving towards the first lady. The police felt they didn't know him in the first place because nothing was written on his forehead that he was a student. So they immediately, once he was moving towards the first lady, they caused his arrest because the placard could be a weapon at that instance. Took him to the police station. The guy had his ID card on him. He had, and according to the police, the backpack, they didn't know what was in. They realized it was his laptop, his phone, and a few other materials that any student will have around. And when they got to know of that, they didn't even caution him, they just let him go. And yet our brothers are referencing this as if the guy was remanded over the issue. Again, you remember they've also been saying that someone was jailed for 10 years, all because of free speech. In this country, since the Fourth Republic, nobody has been jailed for 10 years because of free speech or a comment that the person just ran. The only person who was jailed was for 30 days. And it had to do with the Bank of Ghana scaremongering about the dollar issue that came up. And you remember even that issue when the judge made that judgment, the lawyers who had nothing to do with the case even pleaded that the judge should temper justice with, how do you call it? Yes, and then grant him his freedom. And the judge said, false information is rife now, and he wanted to send a signal, and so that it would deter others from pursuing similar path. And yet, we change the narrative and make it appear that the gentleman was sentenced to 10 years and the person is still in prison. And when I'm surprised when it happens, so most of the journalists don't even ask of the name of the gentleman. Okay, what the case was. We just allow them to make the case and go scot-free. What is happening now? Abronye has a social media platform that he runs his commentary. Okay, according to them, he insulted the judge. He labeled the judge as being a politician. He said the judge's judgment is full of grammatical error. And so what? It becomes an issue between Abronye and the judge, not the state and Abronye. And so what? I will not support any insult, but I don't want us to hide behind the law and unnecessarily punish people. If the judge, yes, I may not be part of Abronye's case or any other case. If I sit here and run or insult any judge, do you know the judge has the power to invite me or summon me and prefer charges of contempt against me? You know that is possible. So why didn't the judge exercise this right that he has? So if someone says the judge, a particular judge is a politician, is it new? If I'm asking, we had President Mahama, who is the greatest beneficiary of Supreme Court rulings in 2013. That was what affirmed his presidency. Later, he turned around and started criticizing them and claiming that they serve the interest of NPP. You remember that? They labeled the entire Supreme Court, or let me say the entire judiciary system, whatever ruling that came from them, they called it unanimous FC, especially the Supreme Court. They created the impression that the judiciary is in bed with MPP. How different is that from Abronye saying the judge is doing the political bidding of NDC? How different is that? Why should this cost his freedom? Why should we? And then we've gotten to a point, what is making it even scary?
Please wrap up for me on that.
If you give me 2 minutes, I'll be happy.
I'll give you one.
Give me 5, and then my brother,
I'll give you one. No,
I beg you.
Okay.
I beg you. You see, what is happening? What makes it scary? We are in this country. We all know that there is Dumso. What did Asando do? David Asando. What did he do wrong? He only said Dumso is back. Dumso is back with the president's photograph on a billboard. But were they expecting me, Asando, to put my picture on that billboard? Who has been voted to fix the problems of this country? And who is collecting the Dumso levy? And who has increased electricity tariffs from over 28%, which recently dropped to 24%? It's John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. So obviously, everybody knows Dumso is back. So if he comes out with such form of communication, which is so telling, because after all, picture speaks louder than even words. If Dumso is back, should it cost the gentleman his freedom? That is the realm, the area that we are going that is becoming so scary for some of us. For President Mahama is untouchable. The very freedom of speech that he rode on to become president, we even afforded him the space to tell lies. We afforded him and his colleagues the space to even paint the picture that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and NPP, we support LGBT. And yet, when someone came out with this drawing, Baba Amando, that President Mahama and his colleagues are in support or deep in LGBT matters, they also caused his arrest. Why should it be so? Yet you are a beneficiary of free speech. That is what gave you your presidency. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia suffered from your lies. As a Muslim, you even attacked his person, his reputation. He kept quiet. You call him Bahulaya to the extent that you created the impression that the man takes whiskey and he takes pork at the same time. Yet, nobody was arrested. We tolerated them. But it appears NDC doesn't have patience. President Mahama doesn't have patience. His tolerance level is weak. He doesn't have the space to accommodate criticisms. And we sit there and you expect us to be happy as a people? Where they are taking this country to, Alpha, I'm so scared. Not scared because anybody will jail me, because I'm not scared of that. But I'm scared that they are sinking our democracy to a level that we are becoming a laughing stock in the eyes of the international community. Why should a mere criticism? And then the lady who has been arrested yesterday, oh no, sorry, on the 20th, which is 2 days, the day before yesterday. The day border on national security.
In the Volta region.
Yes, the day, no, not in the Volta region. The one who said President Mahama, not Bunu East, Kuma.
No, but based on the report I heard, she said she threatened the life of the president.
Mahama Mencha or something.
Yeah.
No, she didn't threaten the life of President Mahama.
Oh, that's what the story
she didn't. If that is so, then NDC's communicators should all be in jail and be arrested during NPP's time. Why didn't we cause the arrest? Because the lady, if you've listened to her video, said during your when you were in opposition, you sang Kumnana Domaye Radi Kumnana Domaye. And she also said that if that is so, and if I'm to quote her, Enria, any homa wahanu musu enkum President Mahama Maye.
But that's not good, is it?
I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
But I'm only saying that you made a similar reference yesterday, and the girl referenced them.
2 wrongs do not make it right.
No, let me tell you.
So
I'm saying you didn't do a good thing. The lady is learning from President Mahama and his colleagues.
No, but that thing was said by a journalist who is associated to the party.
What thing was said by what?
The Kumnana was a song at a demonstration by
the entire NDC group who undertook that demonstration. And the lady referenced that and said that Enuya ene nananum ensu kum President Mahama for his abysmal performance in managing the economy. Nipa bekan semanu ababechino. These were her words. In fact, when you take her to court, is the police now going to dive into spiritual issues?
But wasn't that
since when did police started arresting people who rain cases on people?
Wasn't that comment reckless?
It's reckless. I won't support it any day. But I'm saying that it happened yesterday. The lady is not learning from me. Did the lady reference me? She referenced NDC. What they did yesterday. So the best President Mahama could do, or NDC could do, is to probably, I don't know the community that the girl belongs.
I've added like 4 minutes to you. I'll give the same.
I really appreciate it.
You have exhausted it too.
I know.
Yeah, so let me go to Joe.
So the point I'm saying is, I don't support that.
Okay.
I'm never reckless in my comments. I will never support that.
Okay.
But the point is, the very people who did these same things cannot take similar pills when it's coming from people who are so critical of them.
Let me go to Joe. Joe, 3 minutes and.
You give room for, so why am I 3 minutes?
Oh, sorry, 4 minutes.
My brother, I really didn't get the head and tail of the service of my senior, because he started to make it look like what was happening, he didn't support it. He ended by supporting it, justifying that previously it was done. Alpha, please, it's a conversation, so just help me with this.
Please,
I'm sitting in your studio. I'm saying the reckless commentaries of Mr. Abronye and then Mr. Afenyo Markins.
Oh, I even forgot about
the law, the laws, the grounds by which a judge can refuse someone bail, the conditions are four. So they should tell me which one that the judge had grounded on law. It doesn't exist anywhere. You see, I don't even want to give examples this morning. Do you know Mr. Kobina Bobiansa? Please, have you heard his name before?
Yes.
Do you know that somewhere during the tenure of Mr. Akufo-Addo, he made allegations of some cantonment lands that Ms. Rebecca Akufo-Addo and Ms. Samira Baumia have bought? Was he not arrested? He was arrested. He was. At that time, was Ms. Samira Baumia and Ms. Rebecca Akufo-Addo were they elected officers of this state? So please, what is my senior telling me? A wrong yesterday is still a wrong today. My problem is, if you think that an NDC person or somebody elected to NDC has defamed you, the law courts were there, you couldn't seek legal redress, so you keep quiet. Currently, the person who has the authority says that every act which is done, which he deems is defamatory, you have to go and answer in court. That is it, sure.
Defamatory, shouldn't it be pursued through civil process instead of criminal procedure?
You see, my brother, just listen to what my senior said. The utterance of the lady. Charlie, you see, when I chanced upon, I was like, so what at all is happening in Ghana? How on earth must you even open your mouth and start pronouncing curses against a president, a person old enough to be your uncle or your father or even your grandfather? At times I'm like,
wasn't old enough.
All right, let's make it.
So I want you to be interested.
I'm like, wow. How on earth must you just utter these words? We don't do respect. Like, fine. Maybe people are brought up by different prayers and then different means, so I can't really speak for it. But bottom line is, things have changed and they should be prepared. I'm telling you, my brother, any Ghanaian anywhere, if you are making utterances and you don't make them circumspect and you try to defame any other person, the laws will come after you. And then you'll be made to come and answer. With that one, we can assure them. But we can just give them a very simple advice. You see, this desperation to win back power won't help them PP. So almost every other day, and we will not allow. What won't you allow? If somebody has been arrested and the person is sent to court and the person is denied bail, how is that an issue? But you see, you could see that from just even consider the substance of the message that Alhaji Baumia, the release that he uttered. You could see that tacitly he was endorsing what Abronye said. Because if Alhaji Baumia claims indeed to be the man that he's been portrayed to, he wouldn't have ever supported what Mr. Abronye did. Charlie, there's some utterance of his that when I listen to them, I'm like, Charlie, this guy time is hallucinating or because what sort of boldness is that? That you can claim that you would at times I'm like, wow, there are words that I can't even repeat here. So please, we can tell them.
Okay.
From Alhaji Baumia to their national officers, regional constituency officers, and their party full soldiers. Please, H.E. Mahama has a country to govern. And the laws of Ghana will not be selective. Any other person who conducts himself in a manner that is reprehensible, first of all, we are going to condemn it. And then secondly, you will be made to face the full rigors of the law.
Thank you.
They can every other day organize whatever demonstrations. We don't really care. But we can give them this message. Like what Mr. Salam Mustafa said, that he was going to weaponize the MPP youth to make this country ungovernable. I want to tell him one thing. You had a chance for 4 years to organize your youth to vote for your party. You couldn't do. So if today that you are in a position that you want to become relevant by making those bold statements, we are here with them. But we tell them, Charlie, we are going to meet them with whatever energy that is required of it.
Thank you. It's 40 minutes after 9.
Is that all?
So we have 15 minutes to go. So I'll give you I'll give each of you 8 minutes. Whatever you want to do, whether you want to do, talk about the speaker's LGBTQ thing, or you want to still stay on this matter. The choice is yours, and then
I'll look at both.
Okay.
You see, I'm surprised NDC always want to skew the narrative in their favor. They talk about Afenyo Markin's comments. I'm asking them, what did Mahama Ayariga, the majority leader now, say about the Supreme Court judges? What did he say?
People who are not knowledgeable.
Oh, so is that not insulting?
Oh,
is that not insulting?
It can never be insulting.
Really?
Yes, you judge yourself.
He created the journalist even asked him, are you saying they are not knowledgeable? And he repeated that if they were knowledgeable, it means
but the least expectation you have of a judge at the Supreme Court is knowledge.
Yes.
Because to be ignorant and be sitting at that level, it's a serious matter.
Yes. Being knowledgeable might have been on the subject.
It's not about we won't rely on your interpretation.
No.
You see, what is so insulting? What is so insulting about it?
Allow him. Let him.
You see, and they keep on referencing Bobby Ansa. What caused Bobby Ansa's arrest? He leveled serious allegation against the judges of this country, to the point that he said the Chief Justice had to purge herself from a $5 million TV issue. Have you forgotten this? Did it have anything to do with NPP's government? He attacked the judiciary and said they were incompetent and corrupt, and went ahead to mention a figure of $5 million. Alpha, what were you expecting to happen? He was specific and mentioned a person's name. So why should that, like I'm telling you, what is happening? They cannot equate it to any other thing that happened under Akufo-Addo. They cannot have a similar thing that happened under President Akufo-Addo. So they will just go and be searching for unrelated issues to make their case. But anyway, we leave it to the conscience of the good people, the objective minds of this country. And I believe it's just like power. You see, once you get it, these things chip them away bit by bit. By the time you realize, you are gone. If they won't listen, it's up to us all. But we're also cautioning them, like he did. They should know that power is transient. Power is transient. They will not remain in power forever. No matter how long it takes, a time will come, Ghanaians will pass a verdict on them. And when we visit these same sins on them, let none of them complain. Alpha, let's go. Let me continue. Is it regarding what the speaker said? The speaker said LGBT bill must be passed or will be passed. Those are two different words. When a person means business, his wording tells it all. Okay? The
when
speaker
a person
said
means business.
Yes.
His wording
tells it all.
I think we have to quote you. It's a nice quote.
Oh, sure. Because, you see, if he had said LGBT will be passed before Parliament goes on recess or breaks for this session, then we'll take him for his word. But he's giving you a window. Must be passed. He's taking himself out of the equation. Will be passed will be that he will ensure that it is passed. Do you get the angle I'm coming from? I'm saying that because of the energy that he himself invested in the LGBT bill when they were in opposition or when he was speaker the first time. The energy that he invested, the utterances that he passed, the assurances that he gave Ghanaians that no matter what it takes, LGBT bill will be passed. And yet, just look at how relaxed he is because NDC is in power, especially when you have the president tell you it is not his priority. When they have a super majority, something that they can do in less than 1 week, they are taking how many months? Just dragging their feet, keep on postponing. The bill is already prepared. You said it was left with President Akufo-Addo's signature to append the signature. He couldn't. President Mahama himself said the bill never got to President Akufo-Addo because it got to the Supreme Court. Fair enough. The President Mahama you are in, there is no Supreme Court case now. Yes, I know Parliament, once the bill wasn't approved the last time, everything that has to do with it died with it. But the material still remains. What you are talking about now is just the processes. If we are minded, we can lay the bill, allow the number of days to count, bring it to plenary, and elect the super majority with MPP in support. Just give you approval. How long would it take for us to do this? How long would it take? If they are so committed to ensure the bill's passage. Do you get the point I'm trying to make? They are not committed. They are just trying to play with the minds of Ghanaians. If not, I don't. And then moreover, the speaker has no role to play in the bill's implementation. The only role that he will bring to bear is his experience. Had it not been the fact that he is amongst the long-serving MPs, I would say he would have had no role to play if he had been a judge. The judge may come to the table with his legal background, but as an astute politician as he is, one of the longest serving politicians who has enormous experience and with his legal background, at least in terms of crafting bills, he would bring his experience to bear. Apart from that, with his position as the speaker, he has no role to play. Everything lies with the majority and the members of parliament. So they have the majority leader, who is the leader of government business, who has spoken against this bill. You have the chief whip, who has shown that the two most important people who have shown that they have no interest in this bill. I'm wondering where the speaker is getting his inspiration from. That is why he's showing some level of lethargy in his wording, showing some level of caution in his wording, showing some level of not giving too much hope to Ghanaians as if at all costs it will be passed. That's why he said the bill must be passed. Who has to say this? If it comes from me, I'm an outsider. I have no authority. So I can say that the bill must be passed. It is a wish that I'll be expressing.
But some will construe that to mean the bill, rain or shine, will be passed.
The bill must.
With the use of must.
Wait. No.
That
you see, that's what I'm saying. The context tells it.
Okay.
The bill must be passed. It's a
you
wish.
wanted to say the bill shall be passed.
Wait, the bill, the moment you use the bill must be passed, it becomes a wish.
Okay.
If the bill will be passed, the bill shall be passed. It's a definitive statement.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's okay to interpret it.
Precisely so. So the speaker should come clear on this. And we are all hoping that NDC, based on the promise they gave the Ghanaians, the assurances they gave Ghanaians, they should live up to their word. Alpha, I'll end it here.
Joe,
my brother,
you have the last stick. Let's say.
See, my senior said that political power is transient. It has been since the days of Adam. So shall it be since these days.
Okay.
Political power is transient too. When Mr. Akufo-Addo was ordering chiefs to get out from their chair to greet him.
Was that a criminal?
When Ken Ofori-Atta, no, see, I've not said it's criminal.
You are talking about what you are doing now. Not
no, please.
We are punished for these things, so don't go back to it.
Don't say that, please.
Ghanaians punish us for that.
You let him make his move.
Yes, they
Why
punish
they get you?
No, because you see, because that based on I've never supported that. Because based on the Ghanaians felt we were being arrogant and we've been punished for that. Okay. We are talking of what is happening now. Okay. The freedom that you are taking away from Ghanaians. Refer to that. Okay, let's talk about that.
So please, political power is transient. It existed in the days of Adam and it exists today. Okay. When Mr. Akufo-Addo was ordering chiefs to get out from their chairs before he would greet them, political power was transient. When Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta expropriated people's money, expropriated people's money under the DDEP, political.
Was it an individual decision?
You let him. Go ahead.
Sure. Political authority or power was transient. One chairman was mining in forest illegally. Political power was transient.
As pronounced by
the charges.
It's an allegation.
But today there are charges against him.
It's not.
That is answering.
It's not
Sure.
confirmed.
So please,
okay. Political
power authority has never been transient. We here, but please, you see, the MPP today, if you look at their posture yesterday and that of today, at times I'm like, Charlie, these people give definition to who a hypocrite is. first of all, just let's even narrow it to the LGBT matters. The primary proponents of the bill, how many MPs expressed interest? And when you go to the fore, only one MP left remained. The rest left. Initially, when the bill, the MPs who were the primary proponents, I think first thing were there were three. All of them left, and then only the assistant South MP, Reverend Intim Fojo, was the only one who remained. But even less narrow to the English that the Speaker of Parliament has said. All what I know is will is tentative, shall is imperative. So if the Speaker says must be passed, he has the will. He wants it to be passed. But like every other day I say, it must go through a very meticulous process before it will be passed. It will not be rushed. With that one, I will not support it. Because please, if you want to incriminate someone on their sexual orientation or sexual preference, you have to also consider almost every aspect of the law. So please, I do believe that at the right time, the bill shall be passed. And I don't...
At the right time.
Yes, but Alpha, it can only be passed at the right time. Oh, not the right time. It can be passed at the right time.
It cannot be passed at the wrong time.
Yeah, sure, it cannot be passed at the right time.
Do you think this is the right time or this is not the right time?
Speaker Bagban has shown that he has interest in the bill being passed. And then with H. Mahama also showing concern, I do believe that the bill shall be passed. But it shall be passed at the right time. I think somewhere last 2 months or some months ago, the Constitutional Committee of Parliament, they brought back it, and then there was deliberations on it. They wanted to fine-tune it, all the clauses, in making sure that when the bill is passed, it meets everyone's expectation.
The bill is already there.
So I don't... Oh, I said, well, if the bill is passed, I was saying,
okay. You talk to me.
Oh, no, but there was a committee that they met, that they deliberated on the matter. Somewhere last month or last 2 months.
Okay.
I think they wanted to fine-tune some aspects of the bill. So please, let us all have confidence in this speaker and this parliament. The NDC, we have shown, even per what Mr. Sam George did, is enough for you to know that we want the bill to be passed. But it must be passed at the right time. With that one, there will not be any rush.
But this
same
bill the NDC believed was fit to be passed under Nanado's regime. So some people are asking, what has happened today? What has happened in the atmosphere that makes it not the right time to pass?
No, but you see, Alpha, as the reasons why Mr. Akufo-Addo didn't assent to the bill, he didn't tell us. And you see, times have changed. It could be that this new parliament also think there are some other aspects that might be tweaked. It can also be. If it's like Parliament is showing no interest in fine-tuning the bill to be passed, fair enough. But this Parliament, they've shown the interest that they want to pass the bill. Like when I said, maybe they are fine-tuning some aspects of it, so as when it's passed, it's a bill that all of us will be happy of. That it will not infringe on the right of, it will not infringe on the right on any other person. Okay. So we should not give Parliament the time. I believe in the experience of Mr. Aban Bagban. At the right time, Parliament is going to pass the bill. But you see, I want to leave a very simple message to my senior. I'm just urging him that, first of all, he should advise his people. The manner by which desperation is making them talk is really not helping.
Let me read some of the messages that you've sent. This one says, good morning, Alpha. We are not justifying any wrong. Let's all condemn such acts of life-threatening. Two wrongs don't make a right. The honorable member, I'm sure you are referring to Honorable Maxwell, should accept that what the lady did was wrong, and I think he has done that. Even in a viral video, his boss, who is his boss? Kuka. I'm not sure Kuka is his boss. Or which boss? Okay. Kuka is not his boss. Kuka has condemned, he said, in a viral video, his boss, he's referring to you.
It could be the
Which
boss.
of the Kukas?
I don't know if the one seeking to. He's your man.
With that big head.
Well, I'm 100%
Ah, you are okay. So maybe okay.
Okay.
So Coca has condemned the act and also supported.
Oh no,
for,
then it's not Akuka. It's that guy in Accra who's been following.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. He won't. He won't say that guy is.
Why is that a boss?
No, I doubt. I doubt. So the MPP communicator, okay, I think he said they should think beyond political line, just as what Kuka did. That's Abdul Sabu. Abdul Sabu, thank you very much for joining me this morning with your message. The other messages has got to do with the previous conversation we had. This one said, please, I want to know whether the countries who are able to regulate the content on social media, is it the government that would do it or the owners of the social media platform? Because I know TikTok is not owned by any government. Okay, thank you very much. This one said, good morning, Alpha and Janice. Alpha, do we need the next 15 years to know the kind of leaders we will have? It is happening now. How many times haven't we seen and heard people insult their way to power? Is it not the work of Ministry of Communication to censor these social media content? But can we count the ministry and its leadership out of these social media insults? Censorship of content happens everywhere. From Honorable Charles Brewer, Assembly Member Adako Jache. This one says, okay. Okay. This one says, good morning. And okay, well noted. Give time some time. Okay. Thank you very much for your message. We'll end it here. Thank you very much, Honorable Maxwell Ofosu, for coming from IMC for. Huh?
He's not a really big fan of.
But time nasu. Thank you very much. Hopefully next 2 weeks, right? Because next week you will be in Accra, but Joe will be with us here. Thank you very much for coming. Let me do the birthday messages and then we are done for the morning. The first one that came through was from Ruben Ame. He said today is the birthday of his wife. Ruben Ame is the secretary of the Combined Traders Association, and his wife is celebrating her birthday this morning, or let me say today. Mark, I've sent you the content, so maybe you can do the needful. So her name is okay. Let me find the name so that I'll not create a problem if I go and mention another person's name. Okay, so today is her 40th birthday, and she's the wife of Mr. Ruben Ame. Her name is Lydia Nanaya Biama. Lydia Nanaya Biama. You are the wife of Mr. Ruben Ame, and today is your 40th birthday, and we are celebrating you this morning. Your husband is praying for you. He says you are doing a good job for the family. The family is proud of you, your effort and your sacrifices, and is praying that the next years will be better than the previous years. Seth, who is the communications officer for Asawase constituency, has also sent me a message. He said it's the birthday of Vivian Intiamwa of Atonsu Aprabo. Happy birthday going out to you, and tell her she's very special to me. So happy birthday going out to you, Vivian Intiamwa. This one is coming in from Seth Asari, who is the member of Parliament, communications officer for MPP in the Asawase constituency. We'll end the show here, and God willing, next week we'll bring to you another edition of the Orange Sunrise. My name has been Alfa Ali. I was here with Janice. Mark was also here. Have a very, very good morning. And the next program is the Orange Urban Mix. And so you want to stay with us because we are going to bring to you quality music. So you want to stay with us for that. DJ Fizzy is already asking us to leave the studio. So we are going to leave the studio for him. Then after that, the afternoon shift, the Well Done and his people, MC Larry will continue. And then Rundown will continue. And then we'll go and sleep. And then the Saturday people will come and go. As for Saturday, we there. we are not here. But I'm sure you will have a brighter day. Everything will be fine.